Right. So I'll probably just slowly get started here just to be respectful of everyone's time. But thanks for joining the Brand Impressions webinar from the United Way store. I mentioned this a couple times for those that jumped on a little bit early, but because it's a pretty large group today, we're going to be muting everybody just to make sure there's not a ton of background noise. But we're going to be going through and exploring your brand visibility and ROI of promotional products. We'll see what's new. We've got a couple special announcements from the eStore that you all will be the first to hear. We've got a couple group order special schedules to present. And then there will be chances to win eStore gift cards. I know everybody's very excited about that. And we will be asking sort of like fun pop questions throughout the presentation. So there'll be several chances to win. And I just ask that you have your chat feature ready so that you can type the answers. They're not going to be too difficult, don't worry. But just one housekeeping item, or two rather, I'm going to repeat again, everybody's on mute. So if you do have questions, feel free to type them in the chat. If we don't have time at the end, we'll loop back around with you. But also regarding the chat and the eStore gift card giveaways, the timing of when we might receive a chat from you and when you see it coming through probably is going to look a little bit different because it's a big group and bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. So the way that we are going to do the ruling for who wins the eStore gift card is the first person that we see on our end, just to try to keep it fair. So, but it should be fun, it should be informative, and we will send a couple follow-ups afterwards, including the presentation. So with that, computer will let me change slides. So presenting today are myself and Carolyn. This is me on the left with my girl gang here. I've got, oh gosh, they're going to be 2 in July, two twins, and a 3.5-year-old. So my COVID years have been crazy, as you can see. But I'm your strategic account manager, and I'm really the liaison for all things that you might need. I handle the relationship between United Way Worldwide and myself and Staples. And I can really help with any eStore needs that you might have. And then Carolyn and I actually sort of divide and conquer all the local United Ways and work with you so you have a one-on-one representative to help you with any kind of special one-off projects. So Carolyn, if you want to introduce yourself as well.
Sure. Good afternoon. My name is Carolyn Schulte, and I am the one on the other side of the screen. I am located in St. Louis, Missouri, and have been on the United Way team for about 4 years now. My primary focus is to help local United Ways with all things special order, whether it's ideation, helping with the order process, quoting, anything like that, as well as any help you may need on the United Way store.
Thanks. Okay, so a large portion of what we'll discuss today is helping you to quantify your United Way store purchases. We'll go over the Advertising Specialty Institute study from the last couple years and discuss ROI on promo products using actual United Way numbers from 2021. And this will help you calculate CPM, and we'll actually go through some examples to help you calculate CPM and also show how promotional products stack up against other forms of advertising. So the ASI study, the ASI, the Advertising Specialty Institute, is a third-party organization, and annually they conduct a survey across the United States as well as internationally. And based on the information received from that study, they can determine the average number of impressions that each product bucket generates. It's a massive study. They go through about 100,000 participants across all different types of demographics like age, race, geographic location. And I'm going to show you a couple things that I think are interesting and kind of just give you a flavor for what is in the ASI study. It's pretty interesting information. Here at the top, you can see these are number of impressions the promotional product bucket generates in its lifetime. So for t-shirts, it's 3,400, and for masks, which obviously is like a relatively new product bucket, it's over 4,000 impressions. On the bottom, you will see percentages of consumers who own products. So 73% of consumers own branded bags and 69% of consumers own promotional headwear. You will also see things like generational information, which is pretty interesting if you're trying to target a certain generation like millennials, Gen X, Gen Z, etc. So on the top left here, you'll see, and again, these are just kind of examples of what you're going to see. I pulled out a couple just to kind of give you a little bit of a taste of what you can see in the studies. More than half of millennials who own promo products have kept some for over 5 years. So us millennials really like promotional products and branded items, and that just means a lot of visibility for your brand. Over on the top right, you can see it just talks about the average number of promotional products owned by household, and it dives down into generational information. And then here on the bottom left, you'll see the 5 most influential promo products in the US. And I thought this was pretty interesting. So first and foremost, outerwear is the top promotional product, the top branded product in the US, followed by performance wear. I think that this can be attributed to people kind of having a little bit more of a relaxed look post-COVID. Masks, health and safety, and that would be things like hand sanitizer, and then polo shirts. And again, I think this kind of all falls in line with sort of COVID stuff. You know, all of us are on Zoom meetings, so that means a lot of more people are wearing branded logo shirts with the logo right here on your lapel. The bottom right corner, this is just talking about behaviors within the US. So, and this I thought was pretty interesting because it's percentage of consumers who have purchased a promotional product. So it averages over 20% throughout the US, but I just thought that was pretty interesting. So, you know, people are really putting a value on branded items. So get your keyboards ready. We have a pop quiz coming up. So for a $10 eStore gift card, what is one of the 5 most influential promo products in the US? Please submit your answers in the chat. And the first person to get the
We already have a winner, Natalie. Her name is going up. Gamma, she was the first one to answer.
Okay. Congrats, Natalie. So, yep. So if you answer one of these, you were correct. Outerwear, performance wear, masks, health and safety, and polo shirts. So we'll follow up afterwards. And for these gift cards, give us a week or two, but we'll follow up with you, okay? So why are brand impressions so important? They are the main currency in driving brand awareness, and brand awareness helps obviously gain loyalty and trust. And when you know and trust a brand, you're more willing to make purchases from that brand, or in your case, make donations. So we're going to be calculating the actual United Way brand impressions from each major category to help aid you in quantifying your purchases and really make more informed buying decisions. So this is total brand impressions by product bucket from actual United Way sales in 2021. So these are some of the top categories that we looked at and how many brand impressions that we drove for you. So the top categories here would be t-shirts, writing instruments, and bags and totes when you're looking at brand impressions. And I'll show you how we calculated this cost, and we'll give you an example. I'll walk you through how to actually calculate CPM. So first, sorry, my clicks are a little behind here. Here we go. First, we take the total units sold, and these are actual United Way numbers again from 2021. We take the actual units sold divided by units sold, and we get an average cost per unit. Then we take the ASI information that you see on the top left, that 3,300 brand impressions. That's the average impressions of a unit's life cycle times the units sold, and we come up with the total impressions of units sold. Then we take the total units sold, that dollar amount, divided by the total impressions of units sold to get a cost per impression. From there, we divide by, or we multiply times 1,000 and get the CPM for impressions. And CPM is one of the metrics aimed at demonstrating the effectiveness of marketing campaigns. So at 85 cents, that is your CPM for one of your more popular categories, bags and totes. So I think, yep, gift card time. So this is going to be a question that you have to think about a little bit. So what do you think is United Way's average CPM impressions for all categories from 2021? So we just went over what it was for bags and totes. It was 85 cents. So the answer is going to be a dollar amount. So what would you guess is the average? And the person that gets the closest will win. So it's a dollar amount.
We have, I see 250. It's a little lower than 250.
Okay. It's close to 85, but it's not too much higher. All right, $15 up for grabs. Okay. Do we have a winner yet? If not, I'm going to keep
Coming in, I would
going.
say we have 2 people tied. They're right in the middle of it.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and carry on. So we can parse that out later, Carolyn. Just let me know what you think.
I'll get it. Yep. I'll go back up and look.
So the answer is $1.30. So you can see basically what we did with the calculations previously. We did it for all the major categories, and then we took information from that Advertising Specialty Institute study, the average impressions of a unit's life cycle in that bold column, second column. And then we basically did the same calculation for everything. You can see the different product buckets, and the average of all the impressions, CPM, is $1.30. So looking at this, this is how these are industry averages of CPM from different media advertising. So you can see starting with newspapers at $32 CPM, all the way down to national magazines, targeted mobile, and then radio, online, and promotional products averaging at about $7. So with United Way's CPM being $1.30, you're really getting a lot for your money. And especially when you compare it to promotional products, industry average at $7, and then all the way up to newspapers. So the reason that it could be a little bit lower is one, because when you're comparing other promotional products, there's other programs out there that might have more expensive items. You can really logo anything. You'd probably be amazed. I mean, I've seen like a Roomba with the logo on it. And a lot of people like higher end retail items like North Face. For United Way, we really try to make very affordable, solid items available to you. And there might be more inexpensive items, things like pens or like lower priced drinkware on your site. So that's kind of why you're seeing the difference, because it really is going to be dependent on what's on your program. And then also us at Staples being the industry leader, we've got a lot of purchasing power, so that really helps drive down the cost. But in general, we hope this helps gives you a little bit more perspective on the power of promotional products as an effective and affordable marketing tool, and helps you just be able to make more informed purchasing decisions. So I'll send all of this out after the call as well, just so that you have it. And if you have questions, again, feel free to reach out to Carolyn or myself. So now for some fun stuff, some new announcements. The eStore will be going through a platform upgrade with several enhancements. We are almost at the finish line with this. We're just doing the final touches here. So I expect this to be ready to go hopefully sometime next week. So be on the lookout for it. We'll definitely send out a notification when it does go live. Some things that you can expect are a fresh look and feel. It's going to feel very similar, but you'll notice some enhancements and some things that make it a little bit more seamless. Some new bells and whistles. There'll be more search features. One of the tools that I really like is that you can sort by price within a catalog. So you can go to like all the new items and sort from lowest price to highest price. You can also search by name. The checkout area, there will be far less clicks. It's basically like one screen and done. So more seamless checkout area. You will also have images available in your cart, which is more in line with what retailers do today. And when you get your email confirmation, you'll also be able to see those images. So I think that's pretty helpful, especially when you are going back, like maybe you put a couple things in your cart, like I tend to do with like my Amazon purchases, forget what I had in there, so you can see it right away and remember what you're ordering. Another feature that will be live, there's going to be sort of a second release here in about 3 weeks after next week, so probably like late May. Localization. So we've improved that area, and you will be able to proof online. You will get to see a live proof, which again, we're going from the dinosaur ages to today. But it's great. Your logos are all preloaded. You can just simply type in your local United Way name, and the more letters you type, the closer it's going to narrow down your search. You pick your location, you'll see a live proof. You'll get to pick the color that you'd like. If there's colors available, that's also color selector, and you'll see the proof online available for you. I mentioned that you'll get to see items in your cart, so here's what that might look like. There will be an action required. So you will need to create a new username and password. Your old username and password will not work. So what you do is you can either go to My Account when you're at the home page, or I think it's probably easier, you just, when you're going through checkout, it's going to prompt you, and you choose New Customer because it's the new platform, and then you'll register for a new account. And then it's just basically taking your name, your email address, and then you can create a password. And then you'll be taken to, for the payment method, which a lot of you are, you pick local United Way with a credit card, tax exempt. If you haven't uploaded your tax exemption document for a while and have it handy, if you can do that at that time, that would be great. If not, we can find it on the back end. It'll tie in with our customer service team will be able to find it for you. And if we don't have it on hand, then we'll just reach out to you. So that's what you can expect. And again, sometime hopefully next week, there will also be new merchandise on the store, and you guys are getting a sneak preview of the new items. So some very cool apparel, a little bit different logo application. We've got some United Way socks, scrunchies, some pretty cool items out there. So very cool stuff. We're really excited. There will be another release of items in a few weeks when we upload that localization feature as well. So just keep that on your radar. Here is a calendar of the tentative group order specials. So the one that's coming up next is going to be your low-cost t-shirts for Day of Action events, or whatever you need Live United shirts for. That's going to be happening the first 2 weeks of May, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And this is just a snapshot of what it is likely going to look like for the rest of the year. We'll probably do something in October that's more like end of year gift giving kind of a thing as well. Okay, so one more chance to win an eStore gift card. What is one action item that you need to take care of when the eStore platform goes live? There's only one thing that you have to do.
We have a winner. Tim Barr got it.
Awesome. Yep. So you will need to create a new username and password. And just a reminder. All right, Carolyn, you want to take over?
Corey. Yes. Again, my name is Carolyn Schulte, and I will be going over our custom and special order capabilities. So question for you, not to confuse it, there's no prize for this one, but have you ever been searching for the perfect item to go along with your event and not finding, or needing to add localization to an item, maybe even looking for help with ideation? We can help with that. That is what we are here for. We have a dedicated special order team just for you, just for United Way. And we have access to millions of items through our special order team. If you haven't worked with us before on special order, I know some of the misconceptions are paying more for an item or high minimums, and that's not the case. For example, we can do one-piece minimums with your logo embroidered on polos, jackets, similar items like that. Also, our prices are in line with the United Way store pricing. Pictured on the screen here are, oops, sorry, Corey, I jumped jumped ahead. Picture on the screen here are steps for the special order process. There is also a link on the United Way store for a special order quote request, or feel free to reach out to Corey or myself. We're happy to help.
Here we go.
And then on this slide here, featured on the slide, we have some of the items that we can do through our special order department. Just to point out a few in the top right up here with the cooking items, the whisk, the spatula, and the hot pad. This was a fun project we did last year. We partnered with a local United Way who also partnered with a local chef to offer a cooking series in low-income neighborhoods last summer. And all attendees received a goodie bag, and these were some of the items included. And then drawing your attention to the bottom right of this screen, we can also drop ship direct to homes. And this has been huge over the past few years. We have seen a huge trend with sending kits, whether it's to get excited about upcoming campaign or after an event as a thank you or follow-up gift. We can drop ship direct to homes. We can also ship to multiple locations, and we can also help with putting together goodie bags and have them stuffed and ready to go for your event. The fun thing with kits is that we can make them completely custom. We can put any items in them. We can add branding and special messages. We can add a postcard for a personal touch. Really, the possibilities are endless. And then next, jumping to custom awards. We have a category on the United Way store dedicated to just awards. Most are available at one-piece minimums, and most orders we can turn in about 5 business days. Awards do run through our special order team, so most can be localized, customized, and designs can be tweaked. We have thousands of awards out there, so if you're looking for something else and not seeing what you're needing on the United Way store, just reach out to us. We're happy to get a quote together with some other options. And then moving on to custom signage, just like the awards, we have a dedicated category out there just for signage too. What's shown here is just a sampling of our top items, but we have additional items to choose from. Just like the awards, the custom signage is run through our special order team, so additional customization and options are available. And then lastly, just a reminder, we do have a low price guarantee. We will match or beat any price out there. And that is it. So I'm going to turn it back over to Corey.
We actually finished up in record time, which is amazing. It's always nice. I feel like everybody is so busy these days, so we can give you all some time back. But we hope this was really informative for you. We would like to give you another chance to win an eStore gift card, a $75 eStore gift card. We're going to send this link out afterwards. It's just a survey, so we can just kind of get to know you a little bit better in terms of like what events you might be having. We also would love to hear a little bit of feedback from you in terms of like if there's something that you'd really like to see on the eStore. So if you fill it out, that would be great. It'd really be helpful for us. And then also we're going to do a random drawing for a $75 eStore gift card that we'll give away probably like the first couple of weeks of May. So I'll send a couple things after. I'll send this presentation as a follow-up. I'll also send the couple ASI brand impression studies from the last 2 years. I think that those are pretty impactful. We'll follow up with you all on the eStore gift cards, and then we'll send this survey as well. And that's it. So thanks, guys. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome.